The conversation is still going on like this. Yes, once I saw a postman in Ahmedabad who did absolutely nothing but make little heaps of dust. And another had a habit of going to the riverbed in order to pour water on a certain stone every day. So these people, as they have concluded the old man as a madman, and they are discussing about some other people whom they knew and they considered them as the mad people. They are discussing in that way. Oh, that's nothing. Chimed in another. So another person is telling. Chimed means, so here chimed means said. Another person added one more statement to the conversation what is going on. So what is he telling? Oh, that's nothing. Said in another. I knew one madman who paced up and down all day long. Another who never ceased declaiming poetry, and a third who would slap with himself on the cheek and then began to cry because he was being beaten. See how funny they are making the statements. Another man added few sentences telling that he also knew 3 mad people, and he was telling continuously what those people are doing. So what the first person here is doing, I knew one madman who paced up and down all day long. Means who will be standing up and down the whole day, he'll be like that only. That's why this man is considering him as a mad person. Another who never ceased. Ceased means stopped. Ceased means stopped. Declaiming poetry, and see another person will never stop about writing poetry, and the third who would slap himself, and the third person about whom this man is telling, he will slap himself and he will start crying. And why he starts crying? Telling that he got beating. So he himself beats and he starts crying. So that's the 3 references that the person has given. And everyone in the post office began to talk of lunacy. So what is the meaning of the word lunacy? Children, did you hear the word lunatic and lunatic asylum? So from these all words belong to the same category, lunacy. So just refer the dictionary and see the meaning of the word lunatic and lunatic asylum. Lunatic means a mad person. So lunatic asylum is the place where mad people are kept. So in the same way, lunacy means madness. With this conversation, all the people in the post office, they started discussing about lunacy means madness. All working class people have the habit of taking periodic rests by joining in general discussion for a few minutes. Means all the people who are regularly working, what they will do whenever they find time, they'll sit and chat something with the other people just for relaxing. They'll sit and talk to others. After listening a while, the postmaster got up and said, "It seems as though the mad live in a world of their own making. To them, perhaps, we too appear mad. The madman's world is rather like the poet's, I should think." So all the people very deeply got involved in discussing about lunacy. All are discussing about madness. All of a sudden the postmaster, he stood up and he was telling that. So all the mad people may think that we all are mad. Isn't it? See, that is the opposite. As these people are thinking, the people who are behaving in a different way are the mad people. Maybe the mad people are also thinking about us that we are mad. So he said like that they'll have their own will, and he added some more sentences. He laughed as he spoke at last words, looking at one of the clerks who wrote indifferent words. Indifferent means casual words. Then he went out and the office became still again. So what happened? This man added few more sentences, and while talking itself he is laughing, looking at the indifferent verse written by a clerk. And after laughing he left the place, and with that the office again became still, means very calm. For several days Ali had not come to the post office. See here, again there is a change. Till now all the people are discussing as this person is coming there daily, sitting there, they consider him as a mad fellow. Now there is a twist. This man stopped coming. Ali did not come to post office. There was no one with enough sympathy or understanding to guess the reason. but all were curious to know what had stopped the old man. So previously, as these people never paid any attention or any interest to know the inner feelings of the old man. So now also they don't have any interest to know why is he not coming, but they are very much curious. Curious means anxious. So, but the people are very much curious. So why are they curious? Just to know what is the reason which made the old man stopped coming to the post office. They are very curious to know that reason. At last he came again, but it was a struggling for him to breathe, and on his face were clear signs of approaching end. Approaching end means after so many days again the old man came, but he's struggling, means he's not that free, that comfortable regarding his health. Previously how healthy he used to come and sit there, now he is not that comfortable, he is struggling. And seeing his face, everybody can understand easily that they have seen the signs of approaching end, means this man is going to die. That is very clear, that the old man has become very weak. That day he could not contain his impatience. So that day he came, but he couldn't resist, he couldn't control his impatience. Master Sahib, he begged the postmaster, have you a letter from my Miriam? So he doesn't have sufficient energy also. Very poor old man. He went to the postmaster and asking like this. See how the old man addressed the postmaster, telling Master Sahib, and in a very requesting manner he is asking, did you receive any letter from my Miriam? The postmaster wanted to get out of the country and was in a hurry. So the postmaster is moving from that place, he is going for some other work. So he is so hurried there. What a pest you are, brother, he exclaimed. So the postmaster addressed the old man, telling that what a pest you are. What is the meaning of the word pest? Pest means insect. The postman, as he is in a hurry, is telling what type of insect you are. Who claimed? The postmaster claimed like this. My name is Ali, answered Ali, absent-minded. Ali couldn't understand the meaning. So in absent-minded, he is telling that my name is Ali. I know, but do you think we have got your Miriam's name registered? So I know that you are Ali. The postmaster is telling, yes, I know that you are Ali. But do you think that Miriam's name got registered here? Then please note it down, brother. It will be useful if a letter should come when I am not here. So immediately, see how poor this old person is. He is not understanding the emotions of the postmaster, in which tone he is asking. So what is he telling? If it is, okay sir, if it is not registered, please make a note of my child's name, so that if you get any letter when I am not here, it will be easy for you to pass the letter to me. This is the suggestion given by the postmaster, by the old man to the postmaster. For how should the villager who had spent 3/4 of his life hunting know that Miriam's name was not worth a piece to anyone but her father? The postmaster was beginning to lose his temper. Have you no sense? He cried. So this man daily is coming and asking, did he get a letter from Miriam, his child? But as he is the father, he is very much attached to the name. But the remaining people, they did not consider even. So now as this old man is going on talking, the postmaster is losing his temper. He started shouting at the old man. Get away. Do you think we are going to eat your letter when it comes? So finally, as he became very furious, very angry, the postmaster started shouting at the old man. So what he shouted, what he told to the old man, get away, move away from here. Do you think we are going to eat when we get your letter, when we receive a letter from your daughter? And he walked off hastily. Telling like this to the old man, the postman moved away from that place. Ali came out very slowly, turning after every few steps to gaze at the post office. So Ali, he did not understand. The poor old man, he came out. So every step he is just turning back and looking at the post office. His eyes were filled with tears of helplessness, for his patience was exhausted. So now what happened to Ali? His eyes are totally filled with tears and he got exhausted. See, till now, very silently he is bearing. Even the other people are making jokes on him. They are making fun of him. He did not speak anything. But now he became very weak. He doesn't even have energy to come to the post office. But still, having a hope that he may receive a letter, gathering all the energy, he came to the post office. But after seeing the reaction of the postmaster, he started crying. The tears appeared in his face and he was exhausted. So what is the meaning of the word exhausted here? Exhausted means finished. So his energy levels got totally exhausted. Even though he still had faith, yet how could he still hope to hear from Miriam? Even though his energies got totally exhausted, still he has hope. Still he is expecting one message from his daughter Miriam. Ali heard one of the clerks coming up behind him and turned to him. Brother, he said. So Ali, when he was crying, going back like this, he heard one clerk coming back of him. So he heard the sound, brother. The clerk was surprised. So when the old man addressed the clerk as a brother, the clerk got surprised. But being a decent fellow, being as the clerk is so decent, he is not like the postmaster, he said, well, here, look at this. So the old man is talking to the clerk now. Here, look at this. And Ali produced an old tin box and emptied 5 golden guineas into the surprised clerk's hand. What is he doing here? He gave 5 coins to the clerk. He gave 5 coins into the hands of the clerk. Do not look so startled, he continued. After giving the money, so clerk did not understand. He got startled. Startled means surprised. Startled means surprised. So the old man is telling, do not look so startled. They will be useful to you and they can never be to me. But will you do one thing? So the old man told like this to the clerk. What did he say? These coins will be useful to you, not to me. But can you do one favor to me? This is the request asked by the old man to the clerk. What? Immediately the clerk questioned, what should I do? What do you see up there? Said Ali, pointing to the sky. See here, the old man, he just pointed out to the sky and asked, what do you see there in the sky? So immediately the clerk said, heaven. Now the old man is telling, Allah is there and in his presence I am giving you this money. When it comes, you must forward my Miriam's letter to me. See here again the old man, even in that much of depression, even in crying also, he is telling, see, Allah is looking now that I am giving money to you. So what you have to do, whenever you get my Miriam's letter, you should pass that to me. You should give that letter to me. But where? Where am I supposed to send it? Asked the utterly bewildered clerk. So the clerk asked, okay, but where should I give you the letter? Where should I send that letter? The clerk asked the old man, to my grave. So see here the reply what the old man gave, to my grave. So grave means it's a place where the dead body is kept. So the old man gave a reply. The clerk asked the old man, where should I send the letter? The old man said, you should send the letter to my grave. What? Immediately the clerk got surprised, because no one can expect such a thing, isn't it? In the same way, how you got surprised, the clerk also got surprised listening to this statement, and he asked, what? Yes, it is true. Today is my last day. my very last, alas, and I have not seen Miriam. I have had no letter from her. There were tears in Ali's eyes, and the clerk slowly left him and went on his way with the 5 golden guineas in his pocket. So here, why the old man is telling that this is the last day, this is the very last day of my life, but I couldn't see Miriam. There are tears in the eyes of the old man. Clerk, taking that 5 coins, he left the place. He left the old man there itself and he went away from there. Ali was never seen again, and no one troubled to inquire after him. So that is the last scene where the people have seen Ali. After that, no one saw Ali, and there is no person now to trouble them also, as Ali is not coming. One day, however, trouble came to the postmaster. So Ali did not come, but trouble came. So in what way the trouble came to postman, we'll see now. His daughter lay ill in another town, and he was anxiously waiting for news of her. So one day what happened? This postmaster who shouted at the old man. One day the postmaster's daughter lay ill in another town, and this man is expecting a message from her. The post was brought in, and the letters piled on the table. Seeing an envelope of the color and shape, he expected the postmaster eagerly snatched it up. So finally the letters have come. They kept all in a pile, means in a proper order on the table. Seeing the color of a particular letter, the postmaster, because as he is expecting a message from his daughter, seeing the color of the letter, he snatched one letter from the heap. It was addressed to Coachman Ali. So this postman took the letter expecting that he received a letter from his daughter, but on the letter what he saw the name of Coachman Ali. And he dropped it as though it had given him an electric shock. See children, what happened when we receive an electric shock? All of a sudden we'll take one step back. In the same way, this man also, as if he received electric shock, he left the letter down, seeing the name of Coachman Ali. The haughty temper of the official had quite left him in his sorrow and anxiety, and had laid bare his human heart. He knew at once that this was the letter the old man had been waiting for. It must be from his daughter Miriam. See, now he felt the feeling what the old man used to feel in his heart. So now he realized. See, this man is also waiting for a letter from his daughter, but he did not receive any letter, but the old man Ali received. So he is thinking, maybe Ali is waiting for this letter from his daughter Miriam. Lakshmi Das called the postmaster. Now the postmaster called the clerk. For such was the name of the clerk to whom Ali had given his money. So Ali, the last day of his entry, means the last day after which we did not see Ali, before leaving he gave some money to the clerk, and the clerk name is Lakshmi Das. Seeing the name, the postmaster called Lakshmi Das. Yes sir, Lakshmi Das came there. This is for your old coachman Ali, where he is now. So the postman gave the letter to the clerk and telling, where is he? Where is the Ali? So where is he now? We have to pass this letter to him. I will find out, sir. So the clerk gave a reply to the postmaster telling that he will find out where Ali is. The postmaster did not receive his own letter all that day. He worried all night, and getting up at 3, went to sit in the post office. When Ali comes at 4 o'clock, he mused, I will give him the letter myself. So here mused means said deeply. So he is telling within himself. So till Ali was coming to the post office, no one paid any attention towards his feelings. But now the postmaster, as he also got the same problem, he is also expecting the letter from his daughter, and the whole day he did not receive any letter. So he started understanding the feelings of Ali. So that day what happened, the whole day he waited for the letter, the postmaster waited for the letter. He did not receive any message from his daughter. So that night, early morning 3 o'clock itself, he got up and he went and he sat in the post office expecting Ali at 4 o'clock. So if 4 o'clock Ali comes, he's telling himself, he said deeply within himself, the postmaster is telling, so at 4 o'clock when Ali comes, I should hand over this letter to Ali. Thinking like that, early morning 3 o'clock itself, he went to the post office and he sat there and waiting for Ali. For now the postmaster understood Ali's heart and his very soul. So now the postmaster realized about the actual feelings of the old man. After spending but a sad night in suspense, anxiety, waiting for news of his daughter, his heart was brimming with sympathy for the poor old man who had spent his nights in the same suspense for the last 5 years. See, for one day the postmaster is feeling so sad, but this old man waited for the letter for 5 long years. So now the postmaster understood the feelings of Ali. So now he is feeling sympathy towards Ali. At the stroke of 5, he heard a soft knock on the door. He felt sure it was Ali. He rose quickly from his chair. His suffering father's heart recognized another and flung the door wide open. So at 5 o'clock he heard someone knocking at the door and he knew that it is Ali. So as his heart is also suffering a lot, expecting a message from the daughter, now he is able to understand the feelings of Ali's heart also. That's why he is very eager to receive Ali. Come in, brother Ali. So how nicely he received previously, how the postman spoke to Ali. But now the entire tone got changed. In a very polite way, affectionate way, the postmaster is telling like this, come in, brother Ali, he cried, handing the letter to the meek old man, bent double with age, who was standing outside. Ali was leaning on a stick and the tears were wet on his face, as they had been when the clerk left him. But his features had been hard then, and now they were softened by lines of kindliness. He lifted his eyes, and in them was a light so unearthly that the postmaster shrank back in fear and astonishment. So the postmaster, he came forward to give the letter to Ali. So how the face of Ali is the same face, how he left the clerk after giving money to clerk with tears in his eyes, how he left him the same face with the same tears. He saw Ali's face. But there is a slight change, some difference is there, a sort of kindness is there. And when Ali lifted the eyes, he saw, the postmaster saw some light in the face of Ali. So he got shocked seeing that. He got astonishment. Lakshmi Das had heard the postman's words and he came towards the office from another quarter. So Lakshmi Das, listening to this conversation, means when this man is coming and asking Ali, come in brother, when he is saying, Lakshmi Das heard the words and he came to the post office. Who was that, sir? Old Ali, he asked. So Lakshmi Das coming there, he asked, who was that? With whom are you talking? But the postmaster took no notice of him. So when this clerk came and is asking, to whom are you talking? Is it Ali? But the postmaster, he did not recognize, he did not listen to the words given by the clerk. He was staring with wide open eyes at the doorway from which Ali had disappeared. See what happened? See, the postmaster, he saw a bright light in the eyes of Ali and he saw Ali disappearing also. So he was in a total shock now. The postmaster is completely in shock that he is not listening to the words what are said by the clerk. Where could he have gone? At last he turned to Lakshmi Das. Yes, I was speaking to Ali, he said. So postmaster did not understand how the Ali got disappeared. So at last he turned towards Lakshmidas and told, yes, I am talking to Ali. Old Ali is dead, sir, but give me his letter. So the clerk told a very another new thing to postmaster. He told that Ali is dead and still he asked for the letter. What? But when? Are you sure, Lakshmidas? So postmaster is in still shock. So when it happened, what? Are you telling the truth? And how is it happened? He is questioning Lakshmidas. Are you sure about it? Yes, that is so. Broke in a postman who had just arrived. Ali died 3 months ago. So finally the clerk told to the postmaster that Ali died 3 months back. The postmaster is bewildered, means he's just in a big confusion. Miriam's letter was still lying near the door. Ali's image was still before his eyes. He listened to Lakshmidas' recital of the last interview, but he could still not doubt the reality of the knock on the door and the tears in Ali's eyes. He was perplexed. Had he really seen Ali? Had his imagination deceived him, or had it perhaps been Lakshmidas? So here Lakshmidas, when he told that Ali died 3 years before, so this postman he couldn't believe his eyes, because still the letter is there in front of him lying near the door. So he believed the face of Ali filled with tears, eyes filled with the tears and all. And what Lakshmidas is telling, he couldn't understand anything. He is in total confusion. The daily routine began. The clerk read out the addresses: police commissioner, superintendent, librarian, and flung the letters deftly. But the postmaster now watched them as eagerly as though each contained a warm beating heart. See, previously the postmaster used to consider the letters as just papers, but now he understood. So every letter may have some feelings, some internal feelings of one heart. So now he started looking towards the letter in a different view, different perception. He no longer thought of them in terms of envelopes and postcards. Now he is not thinking those letters as just simple envelopes or postcards. He saw the essential human worth of a letter. Now he understood the feelings behind that letter, the essentials of a human being. That evening you could have seen Lakshmidas and the postmaster walking with slow steps to Ali's grave. That evening what these two did, the clerk Lakshmidas and postman, they went to Ali's grave. They laid the letter on it and turned back. So finally they did what Ali asked them. Ali, when he gave coins to the clerk, he asked one thing: whenever you received the letter, you just pass the letter to my grave. The same thing they did now. The evening both of them walked, they went near Ali's grave, they kept the letter on the grave and they came back. Lakshmidas, were you in need, the first to come to the office this morning. So Lakshmidas daily, this is a person, means before he used to come, the old man used to come the first. Now Lakshmidas is coming. Yes sir, I was the first. Then how? No, I don't understand. What sir? See, what is the thing? Now the postmaster is asking Lakshmidas, are you the one who has come first to the post office? Because still he is unable to believe, the postmaster is unable to believe, because according to the postmaster, it is Ali who has come first to the post office. Then Lakshmidas came. So again asking, Lakshmidas also couldn't understand. He is asking, what sir? Oh, never mind, the postmaster said shortly. So finally the postmaster, he doesn't want to continue the discussion. So he said, okay, never mind. At the office, he parted from Lakshmidas and went in. So after going near the office, he parted, means he left Lakshmidas and he went in. The newly vacant father's heart in him was reproaching him for having failed to understand Ali's anxiety, for now he himself had to spend another night of restless anxiety. Tortured by doubt and remorse, he sat down in the glow of the charcoal cigarette to wait. So he's feeling himself, he's feeling guilty that he couldn't understand the feelings of one father's heart. So the same feeling the postmaster has now. One night he spent without sleep, expecting a message from his daughter. So the same thing now, he entering into the house is thinking that one more night I have to spend like that. He sat there and he's thinking with anxiety that he did not receive any message from his daughter. So in this way, finally the heart of the postmaster changes when he also gets the same situation in his life. This is the story of the letter. So this is the story of the letter. Let us see about the author. Dhomaketu 1892-1965 was the pen name of Gauri Shankar. Govardhan Das Josh, a prolific writer who is considered one of the pioneers of the Gujarati short story, he published 24 collections of short stories as well as 32 novels on historical and social subjects and plays and travelogues. His writing is characterized by a poetic style, romanticism, and powerful depiction of human emotions.
If you like this video, please give a thumbs up. Please subscribe to our channel to get more videos on CBSE syllabus.